आपको लेटर या कुरियर नहीं करना पड़ता है, आप बस उसको अपलोड कर देते हैं और हो जाता है। तो हाउ दिस इज वी आर लाइक सपोर्टिंग एनवायरनमेंट ऑल्सो, राइट? मूविंग फर्दर, when you say I am an entrepreneur, it is self-stated, right? I don't need to read. If you have time, you can read it. I believe anything is possible. When a person says this with this same notion that I believe everything is possible, then definitely that person has a gut, that person has a value, that person has a base to change anything. The revolution comes when we challenge our limit, isn't it? Right? The same way before 1969 it was impossible for a human to go on moon. But that is the year when human challenged its limit and they decided that we have to conquer the moon, and they did it. ठीक है ना? So it was impossible before 1969 and उसके बाद से इतने सारे इवेंट्स हुए, इतने सारे लोग मून पे गए, ठीक है? It is now become possible. अब तो लूनर को छोड़कर वो they are मार्स को कॉन्कर करने की कोशिश, ऑलरेडी दे हैव कॉन्कर्ड मार्स, लेकिन आप उसके अंदर भी कुछ ना कुछ ढूंढ रहे हैं. लाइक इवन द डेप्थ ऑफ यूनिवर्स दे आर राइट नाउ मेजरिंग, राइट? सो आई सी अपॉर्चुनिटी व्हेन अदर्स सी इम्पॉसिबिलिटी. दिस इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर. सो इफ आई से आई एम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, आई सी द पॉसिबिलिटी इन ऑल द इम्पॉसिबल थिंग्स, राइट? The thing which I have said, I am the one who takes impossibility as an opportunity. I take as an entrepreneur, I take as all the problem as the opportunity, all the challenge as the opportunity. तो जितनी ज़्यादा problem and challenges आपकी life में आएगा, it is going to prove the path is right? So moving further, these are the small characteristics which we have discussed a number of times. Being a freshman is very important for a person to कहा जाता है this is the time where you actually create your base, isn't it? We are creating our base, and if our base is not that strong, whatever building we are going to create on that base, right, it will always create a doubt in your mind. No one will believe on that particular building because your base is that big. So if we think we are having that quality, these are the things which is very important. I'm not going to explain this thing that what is risk handler, what is perceptive, what is curious, what is imaginative. You know probably this particular thing. But my definition is very simple, one-liner definition. Risk handler is that person who is having the capability of taking the calculated risk. समझ में आया क्या बोला मैंने? Risk handler is that person who is having the capability of taking calculated risk, right? अगर if you are having that thing, risk लेना is important, but it has to be calculated. Why? Because it leads to less destruction. Otherwise अगर आप बिना सोचे समझे risk लोगे तो it may lead to problem, or it may lead to big blunder and bankruptcy or maybe debts. So calculation, the risk has to be calculated. When we talk about perceptive, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Perceptive. Anyone? One liner, anything. What comes to your mind when you hear this term perceptive? What does it mean?
Different visions for the same thing.
Huh?
Different visions for the same thing.
Different answers of same questions. Right? Perceptive का मतलब ये है कि foresee करना, situation को foresee करना, कि आज जो चीज मैं सोच रहा हूँ, जिस business के बारे में मैं सोच रहा हूँ आज, या जो भी मेरा idea है, will it be there in the market for next 10 years? क्या वो सस्टेन करेगा फिर 10 साल तक? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि सिर्फ आज मुझे लग रहा है ये अभी बहुत ज्यादा हाइप में है, कल को रहेगा. यही बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम कई सारे लोगों के साथ हुई, खासतौर से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में. There were very few people who started creating this concept of concrete building all over the Delhi NCR. तो जिन्होंने इनिशियली उस चीज को शुरू किया था, they are still in profit. लेकिन उसको देखा देखी बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन रियलिटी से में पैसा लगाया, बिल्डिंग बनाई. आज वही लोग खाली हैं क्योंकि मार्केट एकदम से गिर गया. तो जिनको पैसा कमाना था उन्होंने पैसा कमा लिया. बाकी जो अभी भी बीच में हम जैसे नवसिखिया लोग हैं जो फॉलो करते हैं, ठीक है ना, वो अभी वो बिजनेसमैन एंटरप्रेन्योर वो थे जिन्होंने शुरुआत किया. राइट? देन क्यूरियस, टू नो, ईगर. कहते हैं ना कि एक बुक थी शायद कल मनीष जी ने भी इसका जिक्र किया होगा, स्टे हंग्री स्टे फूलिश. सो यू शुड ऑलवेज हैव अ हंगर, you know, to know more, that how is it going to help me, how is it going to benefit me, how is it going to benefit the society. That hunger, that curiosity has to be there. Ki if this thing is, the mechanism of this pen is like this, Why it is moving like this? Is there any other way we can actually increase the capacity of the same fan and it produces more air? So this is the kind of curiosity has to be there. You should not be at rest. This is the age, we are youth, we are full of energy. So the energy has to be in the positive, constructive way. Imaginative, very important, right? I'm not going to explain it. Persistence is the problem. Persistence is the problem कि हम लोग एक दिन तो बहुत ज़्यादा enthusiastic हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा inspire हो जाते हैं कि आज के बाद से I am going to do this particular thing every day in my life, right? But the problem is third day the degree of that thing reduce. राइट और एक टाइम ऐसा आता है 6 दिन के बाद और कम हो जाता है, 7 दिन के बाद, महीने के बाद कम, और एक दिन ऐसा आता है अच्छा मैंने कुछ ऐसा सोचा भी था. सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. वी आर नॉट persistent in our determination also. So if you determine to do this thing, please try to be persistent and be perseverance with your determination. Otherwise this is the only and the most challenging area where most of the entrepreneurs fails. Right? They don't determine with the same thought or with the same energy when they started the venture. Right? Then goal oriented, without goal everything is goal, which I don't need to explain. And flexibility. Those who are thinking that they want to become an entrepreneur, ठीक है ना, उनके लिए मैं एक वर्ड कहता हूँ जो काफी सारे लोगों के साथ शेयर किया है, exertion. Exertion is the word. You have to exert in such a way that people think that you are punishing yourself. You start thinking that I am punishing myself. इस लेवल का एक्सर्शन होना चाहिए, इस लेवल का एक्सर्शन होना चाहिए